Okay, it's Friday, December 1st, 2017. Last month, 2017 has started, and so we got to get the ball rolling here, you know? Uh, so this is Vent with Nick R. Murphy. Let's get this started, this show, huh? I don't know what we're going to talk about, so we're in for an adventure today. Alright, begin. Alright, that was the theme of Night Court. That was my ringtone about a year ago. Um, but I don't have a ringtone anymore because I do not have I don't have a phone service plan. I haven't for a little bit, and it's working out pretty well because I got a landline, which is that's a that's an old-fashioned sentence, but I do have a landline. Um, that's my primary communication tool there. If you want to reach me and talk to me, or you can call me on Facebook, but I don't recommend doing either because um, despite despite how I talk for 30 minutes off and on, um, I don't like talking that often. This is more of a speech therapy thing to me, so I could be better at talking. You know, I have a weird way of isolating myself in uh, large conversations because everyone's just going back and forth, and I'm just sitting back, just being all like, okay, they're going back and forth. I got nothing to offer, nothing to offer. Oh, here's something to offer, and then I say something, and yeah, usually I throw a couple lines in there. I'm like the silent Bob in every conversation that involves more than two people. Yeah, I'm always the silent Bob that just throws in his 2 cents. Uh, well timed and unexpectedly, hopefully. I don't know. Uh, that's how I hope it works, but that might not be how it works. But yep, man, the cars are roaring tonight. Yeah, it's like we live on the side of a highway, so sometimes cars just whiz by during the day. It's usually dead during the night, but the cars just whiz by. So you might, sometimes you may have heard off and on like roars of engine going past, but yeah, it's because I live right next to a highway. But on the other side of the house is acres and acres of farmland, a lot of livestock out there. Um, so close to civilization, but not that close. That's how it is up in the sticks where I live. But I think I'm not sure, yeah, well, do I have anything to talk about? Well, no, I don't, actually. Thank you for asking. I don't have anything to talk about. I'm doing this episode to wake myself up. I gotta wake up because it's the last month of 2017. I want to make a good 2018, and the only way to cement a good start to 2018 is have a good ending to 2017. So, uh, this year was both great and it sucked. Uh, kind of an equal measure, pretty much an equal measure, totally an equal measure. Um, but this is not a year in review. I'll do a year in review episode later in the month. But it's like sometimes I wish I could just make notes for this show. I try to make notes for the show, and it just doesn't work out. It doesn't like I don't know what I'm going to talk about, even if I try to write notes for it. So you gotta see where the voice takes me. Um, Such a bummer. I'm wasting time right now. I'm gonna wake up. Maybe I should just like jump up and down. Yeah, jump up and down. Maybe it's working. I don't know. But I got a script to finish today, so I gotta wake up. Like, this is the goal. Today's goal for today's episode is to wake my ass up because I'm just tired all the time. So, gotta wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Whatever, it's fine. I'll get my stuff done, I hope. I gotta get the wit going. I gotta start the engines running on the wit and on my quick on my feet humor. I can't even put sentences together right now. How can I write? I can't. Too tired. But sometimes, it doesn't matter. If you're too tired, you gotta do your job, right? You gotta do your job. Well, it would be different if I was, manual labor jobs. Like, yeah, you're function only when you're doing manual labor. You could just do your physical activity while you let your mind wander to whatever you want to think about. Um, it's not like that with writing. Writing is weird because it seems like nothing. It seems just like you're just putting words down like it's like no big thing. And most of the time, especially when you get started, it is no big thing. You just write down whatever, and you don't even care how messy or anything it is. It's not the case now. I do care if it's messy, and sometimes I have no control over how messy it can get, because everything I say, everything I write, everything I do, actually, is some sort of attempt to gain a direction in my life for the future, like a straight trajectory. I'm on my way on that trajectory, but most of the time I don't feel like I'm on that trajectory. Like I'm stuck in neutral all the time. But like that's personal bullshit. That's you gotta cut that away and just gotta have a one-track mind about things. And I don't have a one-track mind, but I need to cultivate one. Pronto, one-track mind. Work. Yeah, gotta make that money. Gotta keep the jobs coming. And that's it's a good gig. If you're up for the challenge, it's a good gig, and I am up for the challenge. But sometimes, like the inner me is not up for it, and the inner me can really fuck shit up. And it's like, this is getting me nowhere. I'm not gonna post this episode. We're gonna start over. I gotta start over. This is terrible. It's going nowhere. I need a sense of direction. I need to know what the hell I'm gonna talk about today. Or maybe I should just keep going. Just keep going, see where it takes me. It's all about it's a mission of discovery. Yeah, I think I got it. Yeah, like I was really gonna stop the episode a second ago. I was really gonna do it, but why? Because this is real. This is a real mental struggle that I'm going through, and I'm putting it out there for the world to see, and the world will not see it because I'm just a voice in the cloud. But it's there if anyone needs it. If they're going through a existential crisis or identity crisis, whatever, and you can't really think straight, you can listen to something like this where someone's trying to figure things out, and maybe you'll be able to figure out your own things while I'm trying to figure out my things, and so we figure out our things together. It's a team effort, but we don't have to communicate at all directly, and that's good. That's good because, I'm all for teamwork, but not if I have to talk to anyone. Oh, man. I mean, I will talk to people, but I'm kind of... I may have a multi-track mind, but I'm kind of set in my ways. I guess you kind of get that way once you reach a certain age. But yeah, I'm pretty set in my ways, and but if I am wrong for anything that I think, and if someone tells me and calls me out on it, and provides proof that that it's true, then I will, I'll humbly stand corrected. That's right.
All right. So what's in the news? Like they keep talking about stupid fucking FBI Mark Michael Flynn. I don't know if he. I don't know. I guess he. I guess there was a testimony from Michael Flynn, who's been charged with not keeping information. He's been charged with keeping information from the FBI, which good for him. Or he gave a false statement to the FBI, which also good for him. Yeah, lie to him. That'll show him. Yeah, I don't know if he pled guilty or what. I don't know. I'm not even gonna dig into it because you know what? I'll wait for the movie that eventually comes out about it. How about that? Yeah, I'll just wait. But here's an interesting thing. I'm just discovering this right now. Bette Midler. Beaches. Bette Midler from Beaches. She just accused Fox News host Geraldo Rivera of sexual misconduct. Let's see what this is all about. Is this real? Is this real life? Or is this fake news? It's fake news. I don't know. Why would Bette Midler lie about something like that? So, you gotta ask yourself that question. Why would she lie about something like that? And, and finally, Geraldo's going down after all these years. I guess the Al Capone vault wasn't enough. They gotta really just put the nail in the coffin. Alright. There's a story from the Independent, which I believe is a British news source. Bette Midler has asked for an apology from Fox News presenter Geraldo Rivera, who she has accused of sexual misconduct. Ooh. The singer and actress who first made an allegation against the former talk show host more than 25 years ago renewed her accusation after Rivera apologized for calling the news business flirty following Today host Matt Lauer's firing by NBC. Midler, 71, took to Twitter to share a video clip of an interview from 1991 in which she alleged that Rivera and his producer had drugged and groped her in the early 70s. Whoa. That's like before she became big. So in the interview with broadcaster Barbara Walters, Midler said, "If I had known 20 years later he was going to wind up a slimy talk show host, I never would have let him in the room. You have no way of knowing at the time that these things are going to come back to haunt you." Along with her tweet, Midler wrote, "Tomorrow is my birthday. I feel like this video was a gift from the universe to me." Geraldo may have apologized for his tweet supporting Matt Lauer, but he has yet to apologize for this. #MeToo. Alright, Rivera came under fire on Wednesday when he tweeted that these fucking pop-up ads, man. Alright, starting over. Rivera came under fire on Wednesday when he tweeted that the sexual harassment issue is so red hot right now, there is no room for any thought or opinion but hang him high. Shortly after, it was revealed that Lauer had been fired by NBC over sexual misconduct allegations. He added, "If news wasn't formerly a flirty biz, then how do we explain so many newsroom courtships that have led to happy marriages?" He also tweeted that it was sad that about Lauer, then it seems like a current epidemic of sex harassment allegations may be criminalizing courtship and conflating it. Rivera, Geraldo Rivera, he's 74, later apologized for his messages, writing, "Reaction to my tweets today on #sexual harassment makes clear I didn't sufficiently explain that this is a horrendous problem, long hidden. Harassers are deviants who deserve what is coming to them. Other victims are too frightened to come forward in a timely fashion. I humbly apologize." Representative for Rivera has been contacted for comment. Okay. That's sick. That's some sick stuff. I don't know. I think I always suspected this day was coming. Yeah, and I don't believe in like the traditional courtship ritual. It's not becoming of me, and the courtship with my wife was as unconventional as it gets. So when you hear about guys hitting on girls, trying to get with them and stuff, it's like not even, I mean, it isn't even removed from the sexual harassment spectrum. If you hit on a girl, you're basically saying, "Hey, I want to fuck you." But what you gotta do is, and here's the game, you gotta put that in the most creative context as possible. You gotta be very sharp about it. Like, yeah, you want to fuck this girl, but like, how do you say it without saying it, but still make your point? You know, like, how do you suggest it? And guys can't do that anymore. They gotta wait for the girls to come around because courtship is done. It's dead. The game is dying, and I couldn't be happier about it. Actually, I couldn't be happier because I thought it was always a bullshit way to go about landing a mate. It's such bullshit. I don't conform to it. As I said before, an iconoclast, an individualist. So I don't like doing things the same way other people do them because I want to think outside the box, and I want to take the road less traveled. I don't want to go the same way so many people have gone before. I've been very adamant about avoiding that direction because it's too traditional, and I don't. If I go the same way as everyone else, I'm just going to do the same thing everyone else is, and that doesn't set me apart. It doesn't make me proud for what I'm doing, and that's the truth. Um, it's sad, but it's the truth. Oh man, but hey, good for Bette Midler. I'm actually like finally a victim comes forward that I could just be like that was harsh. Like I can't believe you held on to that for that long. Because I grew up watching Bette Midler movies. I watched Beaches as a kid, and Stella. You guys remember Stella? If not, check it out. Like, if you can find it, I think some of those movies are like ridiculously hard to find now. Um, Especially the ones from like early '90s. What do we got? I mean, I wanted to say Mermaids, but that was Cher. That was Cher. Mermaids was Cher. Uh, so what else, man? Any other accusations? Huh? Oh God, I don't. Mm. I'm going through headlines here, and I'm kind of appalled by this one. 10-year-old commits suicide after alleged bullying incident caught on camera. Should I? I don't. It's like that's one of those things that you really have a hard debate with yourself about whether or not you're going to click on it to find out. And usually, for me, curiosity gets the best of me. And since this is being recorded, I need to put it on record. So, and now that I mentioned, I do have to click the link and see what a 10-year-old committed suicide. I mean, I'm shocked by this. Why would a 10-year-old commit suicide? Oh man, it's like a 10-year-old, like a 10-year-old even should know what suicide is. I guess I don't know. Okay. Oh, it's a girl. Parents say their 10-year-old daughter committed suicide over video of a fight with an alleged bully. I know this is Aurora. This is Aurora, Colorado again. The site of the Dark Knight Rises shooting. Oh, great. And I guess that place is just all kinds of messed up, huh? Alright. Aurora, Colorado. Parents say their 10-year-old daughter committed suicide over video of a fight with an alleged bully. Ashanti Davis was only in 5th grade. At the end of October, she was involved in a fight at school. Her mother claims her daughter was confronting a bully. They say it was her first fight, and it was recorded by another student posted on an app called Musical.ly. Oh my god, my stepkids have that. My stepkids have that. Oh my god. Yeah, the kids are obsessed with that. The video is difficult to watch, but Ashanti's parents are sharing it to help other parents. The Cherry Creek School District was made aware of the video in October and told KDVR, "We are looking into this matter and we will take appropriate action to ensure the safety of all students involved." A district spokesperson clarified on Thursday that they spoke to the children involved, called their parents, and handed the video over to Aurora police. Ashanti's parents believe that action wasn't enough. There was nothing done about it. When I got the call telling me that my daughter had been in a fight, they never gave me the opportunity to meet with the other parents to come to the bottom of the line, her mother Letitia Harris said. Okay, Letitia Harris. We got denied that just to meet with the parent of the school with the staff, her father, Anthony Davis, said. Cherry Creek Schools responded to the allegation by saying the school says they were not aware of such a request. The couple believed that if the meeting had occurred, it could have saved their daughter's life. I could have taken her out of school. It could have been different. She would have faced the girl, Harris said. 2 weeks after the fight, Hashante took her own life. She spent 2 weeks on life support at Children's Hospital, Colorado, where she died Wednesday morning. Her parents say she is a victim of bullycide. That's a new word. That's a new word. Bullycide. She is a victim of bullycide when a person died by suicide after being the subject of bullying. Oh man, extra dimension here. This is like red pill. This is like red pill suicide nonsense. Oh my god. But you know, when you're 10, I a bully can really make your life hell. You know, really make your life hell. But you know, I mean, I gotta choose my words carefully here. Because I was bullied as a kid, and I didn't want to kill myself over it. I did want not to go to school so I could avoid the bully. But Jesus, it was never really that serious because you know I didn't get the shit beat out of me. I was just like I was pestered like really bad. I wasn't like stuffed in a locker or swirlied or nothing. You know, it was just pestered, but never got to the point where I wanted to commit bullycide. All right, here's the rest of the story. Her family is now determined to hold educators accountable in cases of bullying and figure out how an anti-bullying policy that actually works. With the last breath in my life, I'm going to make sure that the unfortunate kids are able to go to school comfortably and learn, Davis said. The school district issued the following statement regarding the incident. This is a heartbreaking loss for the school community. Mental health support will be made available for any students who need help processing this loss. We do not tolerate bullying of any kind in our schools, and we have a comprehensive bullying prevention program in place at all of our schools. The safety and well-being of students is our highest priority, and we strive every day to ensure schools are safe, welcoming, and supportive places that support learning. We were made aware of that video when a media outlet approached us with it. We took immediate action in response, turning the video over to police and addressing the matter with students. It should also be noted that the video did not take place during school hours. Yeah, I mean, you can't really hold the school accountable. I'm just going to say you can't hold the school accountable because they got the programs. I mean, you can't. The only way you could really stop bullying is if you're just looking at, just watching the kids all the time, making sure they're not bullying each other, which there's not enough faculty to do that. And even if they had enough faculty, it would be creepy because, you know, some teachers, not all teachers, some teachers have a less than innocent interest in our children, and by God, that's sick. What's worse, you know, your kid getting the shit beat out of them and being all sad and stuff, or a predatory teacher? I'll take the bully over that any day, any day. So, but that's me. That's me. That's just either way, that's sad. It's really sad stuff. 10-year-old commits suicide. Did they say how? They didn't say how. If they said how, I wouldn't remember. No, they didn't say how she did it. Did they say it? I don't know. But yeah, some bullshit. That is some bullshit. So sorry for the downer story, guys. I'm trying to be happy here. It's just categorized. This show is categorized as comedy, and I'm just talking about a kid committing suicide. That's cute. That's yeah, great job, Nick. Great job. But hey, you know, it's the world, man. I'm not responsible for it. It's just, you know, these stories come through the stream, and sometimes you just gotta cover them. U.S. stocks fall on report of Flynn testimony. Yeah. So I guess Michael Flynn testified, and now the stock market is falling. And whenever I hear that, it's like, oh yeah, good. I hope it fucking crashes. I hope it fucking crashes. Everyone loses their money. People need to know what it's like to live without money for a little bit. I really think people do. I think everyone needs to know what it feels like to just have not a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. And that's the problem with all these rich people. You know, they don't know what it's like. They don't get it. They don't understand. They don't understand money because they have it. You know, they understand how it works, but they just don't understand the effect of it. Or more importantly, the effect of not having it. They just think anyone that doesn't have it is just like, vagrant, which is, you know, well, maybe you gotta take the vagrant's medicine. You gotta take the vagrant's medicine. Let the fucking market crash. Of course, I I can't imagine the consequences of that. People would fucking lose their minds. I mean, I remember hearing stories. I mean, I went to American schools. I learned all about the Great Depression. Yeah, that was no good. And if we had another one of those, which is inevitable, um, I believe that me and my wife have a head start. Like, we know how to navigate poverty. Like, we've been doing it for a good old long time, and it's not easy. It's not easy, and it's far from the good life. But it's a life, and you got to be thankful for that much. Poverty just makes you stuck where you are. If you got money, you could go anywhere, you could do anything. There's people on my Facebook who are touring fucking Europe and Asia, and I'm like, come on. Even if I had money, I wouldn't leave the country because God knows that would be perfect. That would be perfect timing for some shit to go down, and I would be able to get back to America or something. And I'm talking like I'm an illegal immigrant or something. No, I'm not. It's just I think war would break out while I was out of the country, and I wouldn't be able to get back in. Kind of like I'd be like Tom Hanks's character in The Terminal. You know. 1 second. Sorry for the click. That was a loud click because my screen shut off. Because sometimes I get off on a roll and I just hold the phone and the screen turns off and it's like, oh no, where'd the screen go? Yikes. But yeah, do I feel more awake yet? We're pushing the 27-minute mark right now, and like, do I feel more awake? Do I? It's a good question. Maybe a little. I'll have an extra cup of coffee once I wrap up here. Prepare for the weekend. Alright, well, I think I'd like to take the last few minutes here to talk about the future. And, you can't see into the future, but based on last week how I did no shows, I didn't do any episodes last week. And at the beginning I was talking about doing a schedule like I was going to do, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I haven't adhered to that schedule exactly. I'm just dropping them whenever. So I'm not going to adhere to a schedule yet. I may if I get more viewers. I may. But at this point, I'm just going to drop a episode whenever. Like, doesn't matter. Weekends, holidays. If I make a show, I make a show. If I feel like making a show, I'll just make a show and post it up there. It's like you got, like, when the mood strikes, you just got to do it. That's freedom right there. You just do everything whenever you feel like it, right? Whenever you feel like it. That's such a dismissive term. Whenever you feel like, whenever the time is right. Whenever the time's right, because everything has its time. And I truly believe that. Everything in its time. Everything in its time. It's like, you want to watch a movie, and you just don't feel like watching it. Like, you want to watch a movie, but you're not really in the mood for it, So you sit on it for a bit, and, everything in its time, that movie's time will come. That show's time will come. This project's time will come. Yeah. That's basically it. But we got a few minutes left, so let's see if there's anything. Alright. I think I kind of wanted to talk about The Disaster Artist, because it opens in limited cities today. One of them is not the city that I'm in. It comes out next week. But, damn, I'm excited. When I finally watch it, I'm hoping to see if we can, see if me and my wife can check it out next Friday, maybe, hopefully, we'll see. Money permits, which it may not, but it's nice to dream. But we haven't been to the movies in like 2 years, and the last time I went to the movies was the first time I went there in 3 years. So we rarely go, but we're making plans to see this fucking movie, and it's great. It's like, because I'm a big fan of The Room, and it just looks like a perfect tribute to it, and the reviews are glowing. I think I've ran into one bad review. I think the AV Club gave The Disaster Artist a C for contrarian. So, but everyone else is singing high praise on it. And the trailers, James Franco doing Tommy Wiseau. It's amazing. So I'm really, really looking forward to it.
And it's like it's a movie that's I know pretty much everything about it, so it's gonna be impossible to disappoint me. The only thing that would be great if it ends up being better than I expected, you know. And I'm not expecting the greatest movie of all time. I'm just expecting a movie that I'll enjoy a lot, you know. So that's a Disaster Artist. Damn your limited release, but at least you're not waiting until January to release it throughout the rest of the country. Oh man, man, I don't know. I don't know if I have allergies or if I have a cold. Allergies or a cold. I don't know. It's like never used to have allergies. Not until I moved to the. What, this is the southeast United States. In Arkansas is the southeast. I don't know. It's a totally different climate, and it messes with my sinuses to no end. And despite its questionable politics, you know, it being a conservative state in the Bible Belt and everything like that, it's a good place. It's a good place. I got, I have nothing negative to say other than the fact that it exists here, and yeah, you can't buy liquor on Sundays here. And when I tell people that, they're like, "What?" Like, yeah, it's a Bible Belt. They don't drink on Sun. You know, you can't buy. You can drink on Sundays, but you can't go to a liquor store on Sunday to buy liquor. It's against the law. Like, whoa, whoa, that's sick. That's that's Arkansas, man. That's Arkansas. Uh, well, this is pretty much event, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It wasn't the most lively episode, but you know, not every episode is gonna be the most lively episode, and I'm not gonna be passionate about everything I say on here, right? You can't. I don't know, but I hope you guys have a great weekend. This is Vent with Nick R. Murphy. I'm Nick R. Murphy, signing out.